Hello, welcome back after a very quick break to the last game today on pitch 2 at EQC 2024. I'm Celia, I'm gonna comment for you once again. We have Madrid Lynx against ODTU Hippogriffs, I believe they're called.
Hippogriffs, are you ready?
A Turkish team against a Spanish team. Turkey finally back at EQC after they couldn't make it last year. So I'm very excited to see Turkish teams play. Madrid got control of the volleyball and are now starting their first drive of the game. Definitely trying. Oh, that would have been a really nice shot, but it got just so deflected by the Turkish keeper. Now they're starting their counter. He runs fast as the speed of light, but lost the ball. Still not down, but gets tackled down to the ground by the Madrid player. They're fighting, they are struggling, but ultimately it was not enough. But it was a really nice try. And damn, he was fast. Now, next chance for Madrid, making their way into the enemy half of the pitch. They're setting up, they're taking their time, waiting for their moments. Little mishap on that pass, still in control. That was too far, sadly. They need to be a little bit more focused so the balls reach the targets, be that a player or the hoops. Now Hippogriffs back in attack. Oh, nice deflected pass from Madrid, who can now pick up the ball and start another attack. When it's that even, you just cannot risk to make any mistakes, because they will not be forgiven. Now, with the protection of their beater, trying to wiggle through. Really nice shot through the little hoop, and the goal is good. On the other side, we have two beaters trying to do the best to get control. But no chance, Madrid keeps their control. Another shot that sadly did not reach the target. And the ball is back in the hands of Madrid. It's going to be really hard if they keep making these mistakes, if they keep losing the volleyball. They need to stay a bit more focused, play a little bit more calm. Because, as said before, if you're tired, if you're under pressure, and if you're not calm, you're not going to make the best decisions. Beautiful pass for Madrid, once again through the little hoop. Perfect shot. That's how you do it. And if you keep getting like the scores, if you keep getting goals the exact same way, that is your moment to be like, okay, that's a strategy. We need to find an answer for that strategy as quickly as possible. Because if they know it works, they're gonna do it. Ooh, that was a nice check.
Ignoring referee, come on.
We have a stoppage, and Madrid is just absolutely not willing to let them score. We also have once again Nicholas as head referee, which means he's gonna have and keep firm grip on this game, make sure it doesn't escalate, and hand out cards like candy if he has to. They seem to be discussing a little bit longer.
Daniel, can you please come to the downstairs, please?
Rebound, no goal.
Daniel.
There has been discussions from what I think is speaking captain. Let's see. Okay, it seems the scoreboard wasn't accurate. That got adjusted now. Which means you can move on. No calls were made as far as I saw. Moving on with Madrid once again. A chance to score. And we'll see if they're gonna do it the same way that has been so successful so far. Or if the Hippogriffs can adjust now. Passing around the hoops, aiming for the little hoop, but did not work this time because this time there was someone making sure he cannot go through, not go that route. And this is exactly that, like the team that can adapt will have the upper hand. Especially if a team does not have 50 strategies, but maybe one or two that can work. If you counter them both, you're good. But it's just not good enough as Madrid charges. Number 52 with the ball, wiggling through, easily getting there, scoring once again. I just think it's that much more impressive seeing that in person and seeing how fast these players are when they're really going full on sprint. And the Hippogriffs really need to get their grip in this game. They need to claw if they have to, because as the lead gets stronger for Madrid, it's going to get harder and harder. Especially once that flag is there. They're not taking a little bit more time staying calm. That was a long shot. Absolutely missed. And you should... It's okay to try these long shots, but you should be confident that you can make them, or that someone is there who can catch the ball if you miss and try again. Otherwise, it's just trying to be lucky, and that's at this level not advisable. Now Madrid have the chance to further expand their lead. And we'll see if they're going to try it again over the little hoop or if they're going to try something else. Nice pass to the right, to the left, again, the same. Someone stands there perfectly to score through the little hoop. It is a strategy that works really, really well for Madrid. Even though they don't have control. And the Hippogriffs now with control really need to make something of it. They need to use their control to get those scores and apply absolute pressure. Pass behind the hoops, trying the same going through the little hoop, but with less success than Madrid, and it did not go through. Now with some subs on Madrid's side, we're going to see if that changes anything in the game with different players. They're setting up there. They're setting up. Peter's doing their job. Pass to the right. Getting pressured by the enemy beater. And loses the volleyball. Hippogriffs takes it up. Keeper goes, runs as fast as he can. Sadly the pass did not quite reach. Can they keep the volleyball and try again? Ooh. And I also think that could have been a dangerous kick there. That was questionable if that was okay. We're going to see if that's why there's a stoppage. Refs are discussing, yeah, I think it's about that situation. And we're going to see if there's any calls being made. Definitely an interesting game so far. Hippogriffs really trying their hardest to fight, but Madrid currently definitely with the upper hand.
Yellow card! Kicking the ball right in contact with hand.
There we go. There was the yellow card for kicking the ball. Also, the assistant ref's doing a fantastic job. And it is a rough job. I know what I'm talking about. And the game really stays and falls with the quality of the refs as well. Next chance for Madrid. And we're going to see if they're going to go once again over through the little hoop. That was a good goal. I believe it was through the small hoop again. The little hoop again. Which seems to be their favorite for sure. I think the blotcher went out of bounds or at least too far away. That's when they usually do stop the game. So they can retrieve it to not lose too much time for the beaters, as it is a significant disadvantage to have to run that far or for that long to get goal. Just so you at home know why there's sometimes seemingly random stoppage. We're now moving on. Hippogriffs without control? No, with control. They seem to have control quite often, but I can't really use it. Again, a long shot that went into nothingness. They really need to stop making these long shots if they can't not really make them, because Madrid has a significantly higher chance to make the score when they're going into attack. They should keep Madrid from scoring and make goals themselves. Now the Hippogriffs keeper charging forwards, using that, and goal is good. Threw that ball with confidence and it went where it should have. And they kept control. This is how they should keep it going, make those smart plays, use their beaters, use their chasers and their strengths. Now they just need to keep Madrid from scoring any further so they can catch up a bit. Madrid trying to charge through. It ends up in a pass and through the big hoop score. It is definitely a skill and a very, very, very good skill to have when you do get wrapped and you are about to get tackled, to get that ball away in the last second, ideally as a very solid pass, so your teammate can then score. Because a tackle always takes, it's always very visible, so people tend to get distracted by it for a second, and that can be enough. Being fast, being dangerous, and then making sure that the players that are not seen can do their thing. Hippogriffs lost the ball, next chance for Madrid, charging forwards. Doing these really quick and fast passes, trying to find a window, trying to find someone who's free. No goal, and went to another player behind the hoops, who once again scored through the small hoop. Madrid showing a really strong performance here.
Game time! 1 minute timeout! Request by Hippogriffs. 1 minute timeout starts now.
We have now a timeout called by Hippogriffs, which is definitely a smart idea. They maybe should have done that earlier or sooner. Because when you realize you are losing the grip, you are not, like the things you're doing are not working, you should try to fix that as fast as possible and not try and see it's still not working. Like they need to, ideally someone from the sideline saw what Madrid is doing, and they now try to find a fix, how to counter that Madrid strategy. Also, assistant refs adjusting all the little cones, so we have nice straight lines again. They do tend to get all messed up as players run over and through them. Timeout is over. We're gonna get back into the game, and we're very interested to see if Hippogriffs can do something now, if they use that timeout well, and if they are gonna adjust their strategy. They have possession of the volleyball, can now try it. They're through some subs, we're going to see if that changes anything. Nice speed attempt, it wasn't enough. Plucked that ball out of the air, and once again Madrid is charging. Oh my god, that was so close, getting hit by that dodge ball. But no score. Definitely impressive run though. That was an intuitive putting his head to the side, and was enough to knock it in. Hippogriffs throwing.
Keeper's ball.
And once again, it's just these shots do just not reach their target. Like if you see there's nothing in front of you, you can take these 2 additional steps to get into a range where you know you can make that throw with confidence and that it's gonna hit. Target practice, people. Target practice. But I think it's always that urge to get rid of that ball as fast as possible because you can't see what's behind you, you don't want to get beat. But usually you do have time to take those 2 extra steps.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Nice beat from the Hippogriffs. Beaters who got pressured by Madrid Beater was not bothered too much. Hippogriffs really mostly with control, but they just don't seem to be able to transform that into goals, into scores. I don't think they apply enough pressure onto Madrid. Now being a little bit more aggressive. Passing, they should make sure they're not standing too close together unless they're really trying to make a pick. Getting pressured by Madrid again, long pass directly into the hands of a Madrid player. There was a ball getting getting in front of my feet. We have a delayed penalty. And another score by Madrid as it seems. Assistant referees showing a penalty for a long time now. They're just going to say what happened. They're going to see if there's going to be calls or cards. Or cards. So far, definitely less aggressive than the last game. Not necessarily in spirits, but in contact and cards. They are discussing a bit longer, so it doesn't seem to be completely clear. Also, Hippogriffs player chiming in. But if you discuss with the referees, you do have to be careful because some referees will just not take it. And it seems to be pretty relaxed over there. Madrid staying in movement, which is smart as it's getting colder ever since, as soon as the sun sets, as it's still only March. It's getting cold and you do not want to get cold. Not just to avoid injury, but also to keep your momentum going. Definitely a longer discussion. How to be a fly on that wall. But we're going to have to wait until they make their call and tell us what exactly went wrong, what happened. That's why there's so many assistant referees, because there's so much going on besides the volleyball flying around that you need those extra sets of eyes having a look and making sure that the beaters don't pull any bullshit.
Red card! Excessive force empty!
We have a decision. I did not quite get the call, but since someone else is going into the sub box, it seems to be a straight red. Which happens really, really, really rarely, as red is only given for really egregious play. I sadly did not hear the call from the referee. And as it was on beaters where my eyes have not been, so I'm watching the volleyball, well, I don't know what happened. Nice tackle from a Hippogriff. But just sadly not enough. Now the Madrid keeper charging forwards, trying to get a window, oh, that was a nice deflect, not a beat. Now he got beat. And there is an injury. The ambulance definitely in need today. And always more than we would all wish. Limping off pitch and getting us up. As this is a rougher sport, injuries tend to happen and much more frequently than we'd all want. But it is part of the game. We're going to see if there's any calls that are made or if the stoppage is purely due to injury.
You're not allowed to be
Madrid taking possession, getting tackled, but that is not enough to take it away from Madrid. Only about 3 or 4 more beats are enough to keep Madrid from trying to score again. Now the Hippogriffs keeper getting beat as the Madrid beaters are very aggressively already at the midline, making sure Hippogriffs can't even try anything. Stoppage again, turnover.
Resume plan, my whistle.
Moving on. Love that Nicholas is keeping it short. Madrid trying again. Oh, beautiful. Perfect pass right in front of the hoops just so that their keeper can stick it in. This is really, you do have teammates. That's why you have teammates. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to. You can just trust that your mates are going to stand where they need to be so they can do it for you. Madrid beaters once again taking them at the midline, and when you get beat at the midline you know you're in trouble, because that's when the enemies feel way too comfortable to just take you out one by one. They need to push back, they need to apply pressure themselves, or it's going to be very, very hard to get out. Again, a long pass behind the hoops does not reach its target. And the ball is back with Madrid.
5.
We're getting closer and closer to the flag ref. The flag runner getting on pitch. Excuse me, I am getting a little bit tired. It has been a long, long day for all of us. Nice speed attempt by Hippogriffs speeder from quite a distance actually. But it was not enough as Madrid keeps going, keeps doing these beautiful, perfect passes right next to the hoop. Someone is standing just where they need to stand. They really need to pay more attention what is happening around their own hoops, as they all seem to be focused on the one player with the ball, when you also should be focused on the players without the ball. Oh! That, on the other hand, was a beautiful score. Tried to deflect, did touch the hands of the Madrid player, but sadly it just made sure it goes even better through the hoop. Much needed score by the Hippogriffs. Once again trying to make that pass, but this time the Hippogriff was there to do that tackle to make sure they can't just stick it in. And that is exactly what they need to be doing. They need to be annoying, they need to make it hard. And there we go, Hippogriffs taking off with that volleyball, sadly gets beat in the process, as he did not see the beater right next to him. Once again, a try by Madrid did not go through, but they're not done yet because they can retrieve the volleyball, can keep that pressure up and try to score.
18 minutes, get your seeker ready.
Again, pass next to the hoops, we're at 18 minutes, which means it is soon time for the Seekers to do their job. And we're going to see if this flag runner is going to be as persistent and with as much stamina as the one from the last game. Since we should be out of here by 8, it would be better if not. It is getting intense in Hippogriffs keeper zone as Madrid just keeps that pressure up, does not forgive any mistakes, and makes sure that if they can get their hands on that ball, they will take it, they will use it, and they will try. The snitch is on pitch, which means it is 1 minute until seekers are released. Hippogriffs trying to apply pressure. Sadly, the Madrid beaters do not let themselves intimidated by the Hippogriffs. Once again, with that try of a long shot, which did not go through, they really need to stop doing this. Just because it worked once does not mean it will work again. And I do get that it's extremely hard to get through Madrid's defense, and it seems if the hoops are open, you can just try. But Madrid is scoring way too often for that to be a good strategy, because it does not seem to be working anyways. This time a try for Madrid to do a shot from a long distance, which also didn't go in. And seekers released. And now this is going to be really important for the Hippogriffs to catch that flag. He's getting the seeker from the Hippogriffs, getting the some alone time with the flag. We will see if that's going to be enough for him. But that flag is a quick one.
Headband.
Definitely not that easy to outmaneuver. Not as aggressive as the last one for sure, but throws them to the ground nonetheless. Meanwhile, Madrid once again in the offense, but hesitated just a little too long, and the ball ends up in possession of the Hippogriffs. It's gonna end up in a stalled volleyball, I think.
4, 3, 2.
I'm really grateful for that rule, because before that there used to be just huge piles of people with no resolution until someone comes and beats them. Oh, and Brew went flying as well as the seeker. That flag also definitely not there to be caught quickly. We're now going to see if the Madrid seeker is going to get some time, but Hippogriffs puts their control to use by putting a bubble there to make sure that their seeker gets all the time, which Madrid obviously isn't just going to accept. Blotchers go flying, and Madrid did get control and can now give their own seeker a little bit of time to try and catch.
Yes.
Almost lost his broom there, but putting up a fight. Flag, it looks like the flag runner has a lot of fun. Now once again a chance for the Hippogriffs. Hippogriffs should definitely focus on catching that flag, but they also need to make sure that they're not getting any more scores, or that they can keep the distance small. Madrid once again doing what they do best, making a perfect pass to someone who stands free, who could basically freely choose which hoop to score through, and they did. Madrid with control, having one beater on the flag and the other in defense. Once again, a really long pass would have been beautiful if it was caught, but sadly it slipped through the fingers of the chaser trying to catch it.
55 wide warning, ignoring referee call, 55 warning.
Which means Madrid is once again in attack and can try to do their thing again. Seekers trying their best, but beaters are also doing their best to keep the seekers. They don't want out of flag away. This time a mishap on Madrid's side, went out of bounds, which means ball is back in Hippogriffs' hands. Nice beat from Hippogriffs.
5.
They really try to give their seekers some time. but the beaters are fighting with fire. The Seeker goes rolling and so does the flag. I am pretty sure it's gonna go to the first or even the second handicap for the flag runner. And these blotches do keep flying around. Once again, a chance for Hippogriffs, but again, the ball is just slightly too high for the chaser to catch it, making it impossible for them to score. Now the chance for Madrid Seeker with some alone time, but the Hippogriff Seeker is also there. They're definitely gonna keep trying to give their Seekers as much time with the flag as they can. Another stoppage.
No goal! Big score! Rebound!
We now get to the first handicap for the flag, which I think doesn't make it like significantly harder. I do feel that once the flag runner can only use one hand, that's when it starts to get really easier for the Seekers. But we're going to see if the first handicap is already enough. As everyone is getting tired, it has been such a long day. I would not want to trade places with them right now. As there's just no Seeker really getting a lot of times, both teams' beaters are focusing on the flag and therefore on the Seekers, which makes it a constant back and forth. Now a little bit of a chance for Madrid. These seconds can be so very valuable. Again, another stoppage.
Yellow card!
And we have a yellow card.
Keeper.
It sounded like contact to the neck, which is also quite a frequent penalty for the Madrid keeper. This time the pass was almost caught, but it's just not enough. Madrid keeper is there to immediately get it. And do we have a catch? We have a broom replacement, as once again a broom breaks. We had a lot of these today.
Rebound! This is first handicap.
Now the chance for the Madrid Seeker as he is alone with the flag. We're gonna see if he's gonna catch. But it's always just not a lot of time they get as the beaters do get back, and they will try to give their own Seeker time alone. Hippogriffs really trying to get those scores in, but those passes are just not targeted enough, not focused enough, not precise enough. And it is of course hard to make these long passes, but they really need to be precise.
¿Dónde están las cosas de Ignacio?
Beautiful beat on the Hippogriffs Seeker. And Madrid trying to regain control. And successful as Madrid
Alguien tiene una amarilla, la
regains
mía está
control.
cedida por ahí.
These last, like these, including this last 3 games, have been so long, so intense. But that tends to happen when teams are really equal and really trying their hardest. And of course, when the flag runner is just really strong, which is once again the case.
Catch is good.
And I think once again, the longest game anywhere is here. Catch is good, which means we are going into overtime.
Score 60. 140.
Okay, 160 to 140, which means target score should be 190. No, it's 60 against 140. I did mishear that, which means target score is 170. And that's now really going to be extremely hard for the Hippogriffs to come back from. I always believe that any team can do it. It has been done before, but it's going to be incredibly difficult. And Madrid now really needs to focus to get those 3 scores in as fast as possible. Beautiful deflect from the Madrid keeper to make sure that ball does not go through the hoop. Now charging forward with the rest of his team, and he's gonna try to just run through. Beautiful pass to his teammate, but someone was already there making sure he can score. Hippogriffs have definitely learned, but the question is if they can still make it. Again, beautiful deflect from Madrid, as they do know these long shots do happen and they are ready for it. Ball is back in the hands of the keeper, which means yet another chance to get closer to that win. Once again, pass to someone right next to the hoops. Did see that they could not score, so they simply chose another group to score through, and that worked. Really, the mantra all the time is adapt, 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 because that's how you're going to make your groups if you're of equal strength, because then you need to counter what your enemy is doing.
Me río porque me cambia mucho.
Igual no nos renta, no cuéntale.
150, 60.
Once again, Hippogriffs can attack with control. The question is, can they use it?
Ha hecho catch el otro equipo, pero va 10 arriba.
Y ha sido literalmente seguir. Al cogerlo así, y me dice, tenía cambio.
Yo cuando lo vi en un entrenamiento de la sede dije, uff.
Another try from the Hippogriffs that sadly did not work, which gives Madrid another chance. They just need 2 more goals to claim that win. And this strategy so far has worked really, really well. Next chance for Madrid. That was a nice shot. They are not giving up, trying to stick that through the hoop, but Hippogriffs are not having it. I do feel that the game does get a little bit more intense than it has been. But for the Hippogriffs, it's just that much more important now to really try and keep it from scoring. So they're going to try harder because they have to try. There has been a goal. Goal is good, which means there's just one more goal keeping Madrid from that win. And we'll see if Hippogriffs is going to put up a big fight. Hippogriffs keeper limping. Definitely not a good sign, but they're all exhausted, they're all tired. Hippogriffs too, not with a huge roster, which means you do tend to have to play longer than you actually could. Because it's about everything, right? So you have to try everything. Just keeping that ball from a reset. Trying to do that long pass again, but Madrid is ready. Intercepted. Hands in the Madrid keeper. And we will see if this is going to be the last drive of today's live stream on pitch 2. Taking his time, because they really just need to find that window, but that was way too high into the void. No goal. Can definitely see that the Hippogriffs are tired, they are exhausted. And the spirits aren't as high as they were at the beginning of the game. But I mean, it's always frustrating. It has been a very long game. It has been extremely exhausting. That stage catch was so nice, so important as well. But Madrid is just such a strong enemy. Now they try to do a pass right next to the hoops, but Madrid knows that strategy as they do it themselves and they are ready for it. No goal for Hippogriffs. Once again, chance for the deciding goal. Ich habe gerade aus der Subbox von den Madrid-Leuten gehört, es soll es doch endlich beenden. Und ich glaube, alle Spieler wünschen sich nichts sehnlicher, als das endlich dieses Spiel hinter sich zu haben. Auf jeden Fall ein verdientes Abendessen für alle. Und direkt in die Hände vom Keeper. Oh! Aber er geht in den Ring, aber nicht durch.
Goaltending!
Oh God, I just switched to German. I didn't even realize it. I am very tired. And the goal was good. This is it for today. It has been a pleasure commentating for you. Sorry for the German slip up. We will see you tomorrow for day 2 of EQC 2024. See you then. Good night.